Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. What is going on, my friends? Welcome back. That's right. It's time for yet another full 6 days of streaming fun here on my channel. Good stuff coming up this week. We've got the continuation of ongoing new releases in Near Replicant and MLB The Show. We've got the premiere of new releases later on this week on Friday. And even more new releases after next week's weekend break. This week, certain games are swapping over to late night chill streams because I am focusing so much on Near Replicant this week to try to get as far as I can, being that I know that there's so many new releases right around the corner. Oh, Jasper, stop playing with my sunglass cord. How could you? He's jumping up and grabbing the cord off my sunglass case here. How could you? Lot going on this week, folks. A lot going on this week. Okay? I actually have quite a lot to talk about on pre-stream today. Alright? A lot of topics to cover. So that being said, let's get started. Alright? First of all, FYI, yes, everything is just as it was. Nothing has changed since last week. That means there are primarily two ways that you can support the streams. Jasper, stop doing that right now before I get upset. That's it. He wants to... Alright, hold on. Jasper already is playing with the headphone cord. Let me get his twisty so he has something to do. So he'll stop with this. Jasper, where is your twisty? Here it is. Now look. This is a dedicated kitty toy. This is made for you to play with. You see? That's why it's a nice neon color. That's why it bounces so nicely when I wiggle it like this. And it's, you know. He fell over. He's jumping up, biting the twisty. He fell and rolled over. What a nut. Anyway, alright, so let's get back to the business. Ladies and gentlemen, there are two primary ways you can support myself and my streams. The first is by tipping me, and the second is pledging to my Patreon. Now, first of all, thank you guys so much. Since I was terminated from the Twitch Partner Program with no explanation whatsoever on Wednesday, you guys have come out and supported me in droves via tips. I really appreciate that. Okay? I really do. Thank you for that. Alright? Now, my longevity here, being able to viably stream on Twitch full-time is going to depend on long-term support via tips and patron pledges. It's that simple. So, first of all, thank you to those who've tipped, alright, in advance. Yes, the tips goal remains $200 a stream. We got to try to hit that. If I hit that, that's good. It means I'm in the clear, and I can continue to do this full-time here on Twitch. Alright? I don't want to leave Twitch. I would prefer never to leave Twitch. I like being here, and the audience I've grown, the community we've built. I don't want to start from scratch going to YouTube or somewhere else. Alright? But it depends on how viable it is for me to continue to do this. Alright? So let's... Oh, here you go, Jasper. Ready? Ha! Go get it. He's not going to go get it, is he? Anyway. So please, if you like what I'm doing, please continue to support me via tips. Or... if maybe you don't want to use PayPal, which a lot of people have expressed and said, oh, I don't want to use PayPal, I hate it, you can pledge to my Patreon. That is a very viable replacement for an ongoing subscription here on Twitch or cheering every once in a while. When you pledge to my Patreon, it's a monthly subscription for which you get rewards called perks. Now, admittedly, the perks aren't great because I phased out using my Patreon over the last 2 to 3 years because you guys told me to. You said you would much prefer to have everything be integrated into my Twitch with sub goals and the like. So that's what we did. Of course, now all that's gone, so now we kind of basically have to swing back to Patreon. All right? Now, I've been asking around, and I said, what would get you to pledge to my Patreon? If if I were to do something to incentivize someone to pledge to my Patreon, what would you like? And there were a lot of good ideas that were tossed around over the weekend. I put a poll up. Well, not really a poll, but I asked for your opinion about it. And some good ideas came in. In particular, there's one idea that I really like. Okay? The one particular idea I really like is maybe once a week as a late night stream, the patrons, meaning those who pledge to my Patreon, get to choose a game to play for a stream. Now, we're not talking, oh, they get to choose any game. You have to buy a full game to play or whatever. Maybe there would be like a pre-established series of games. Like maybe there's 5 games that I have that the patrons could choose a stream once a week or something like that. Okay? That's not a bad idea. it basically makes an interactive stream, and every week that stream could very well change, dependent on patron votes and the like, right? So that's an idea. That was really the most viable idea, because outside of that, there's a lot of ideas that people come up with that honestly are not very viable, because people just have these crazy ideas of what's actually possible on the internet as a content creator. All right. Now, if anyone else has any other ideas, I'm always all ears. How does Patreon work? Well, you can check mine out at patreon.com/darksidephil. When you go there, you're going to see there's already levels of pledges you can do, including, I think it's $1, $5, $10, $20, and $50. The reason you see those is because those are the reward levels, all right? With all the rewards are fully explained over there. Now, that doesn't mean that's the levels you have to pledge. You could pledge whatever you want. I think the lowest is $1, but you can pledge anything in between any of those levels or higher. Someone asked me, what's the highest available? I don't even know. I don't even know if there is a cap. You can pledge as much as you want to my Patreon. And by the way, I can now fully say this. When you pledge to my Patreon, guess what? Patreon takes far less of a cut than Twitch was taking for subs. Just being honest. Twitch always took 50% for a subscription. Patreon takes far less of the pledges that you guys pledge over there. All right? So in reality, if everyone actually did pledge to my Patreon, it would actually help rather than hurt. But I don't think that's going to happen. As you know, there's a lot of people that probably, liked the stuff here on Twitch, and they're not going to convert over. And I know that, you know. I'm just telling you guys, if you want to help, you want me to continue to be a full-time streamer here on Twitch and don't want me to leave to have to go somewhere else, these are the ways that you can make that happen, all right? Tipping me during a stream or pledging to my Patreon, okay? Now, one quick thing about Patreon. On Patreon, the way it works is when you pledge to my Patreon, you'll be charged immediately for that pledge, all right? Then, on the 1st of every month, you will be auto-charged, okay? Auto-charged, as if it's an ongoing subscription. So think about this. Here on Twitch, you could have set up the same way, where you get auto-charged once a month. It's the same thing over there, all right? So I just want to make sure there's no misconceptions. I don't want anyone to say, oh, I want to help out Phil. Let me pledge today $10, and then they do $10 pledge today. They get charged for it. And then in less than a week on May 1st, they get charged $10 again. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. No, that's how it's set up. That's how Patreon works. All right? So I just want you to know that ahead of time, before there's any misconceptions or anything like that. Okay? In regards to receiving rewards or perks for pledging, in general, most people auto-pledge, and therefore, around the 1st or 2nd of the month, those pledges clear. And then within a few days, that's when I will reach out to everyone on patreon.com. Jasper, stop that. Don't bite the wire. I reach out to my pledgees on patreon.com via direct messages. Jasper, that's it. Now you're in trouble. Now you're getting a flying kitty suplex, immediately a rousing suplex. How you like that first thing in the morning? Here we go. Oh, Jasper, he's just hyper today. I'm downstairs, okay? I'm eating a granola bar and having a coffee. He runs across the bottom floor of my house, jumps up, leaps up, and swats the light switch. Now, the lights were off because there's sun right now, so I didn't need the light on in the kitchen. But if it was on, he would have turned it off. He does this all the time. He tries to get attention, he gets hyper, he runs across the house, jumps, and hits all the light switches, turns them off. It's very silly. Alright, so anyway, Jasper, I'm not going to say it again. Jasper, I'm not going to say it again. Leave it alone. Stop that right now. Okay. So anyway, so in regards to Patreon, when you pledge, you get charged immediately. Then you'll get charged again automatically on the 1st of every month. The way the perks work is that I divvy them out in the beginning of every month. So, for example, if you get auto-charged on the 1st or 2nd, I'll contact you on patreon.com via a direct message within the first couple days of the month to let you know how you can qualify for your perks. Then you respond to me with your info, and then I'll give you the perks that you deserve. All right? So, for example, let's say right now someone pledged $50 to my Patreon. Well, you qualify for a private Q&A video, but it's the last few days of the month. There's not going to be enough time to do anything in regards to that, you see? So, FYI, what would probably happen is I would contact you early on next month and say, hey, FYI, you pledged near the end of April. That qualifies you for, these perks. And because you pledged and it charged you twice, you get double perks, and here's how you get them. Okay? That's how I would do it. I always work on perks at the very beginning of every month. Okay, so just so there's no misconceptions. I'm trying to be transparent here with Patreon. People have contacted me over the last couple of days asking me all these questions about Patreon because they've always just done stuff with subs or cheering and don't know anything about Patreon. And admittedly, I don't talk about Patreon that much because, again, we basically phased it out over the last few years, but now we basically got to bring it back. All right? Fair enough? All right. So if anyone else has any more questions in regards to my Patreon, be sure to throw them my way. I am transparent about it. I want everyone to understand how it works. And especially now that we're approaching the end of the month, I get the feeling we will get an uptick in people pledging to my Patreon this coming month because people want to support and they can't sub or cheer anymore. All right, so I'll let you know about that. Any questions, let me know. Fair enough? Okay. Now, before we get to some discussion about what's going on with me in the partner program here on Twitch and all of that, just going to clear the air and get rid of any kind of rumors or any kind of bullshit that's going on right now. All right, FYI, during my day off yesterday, which I wasn't involved in, I wasn't here, I wasn't even doing anything online or anything, I was spending a lot of time with my wife yesterday. It was a nice, cool, rainy day here in Washington. The heat wave's over, by the way. It's very cool here now, which is great. So because of that, no more sweating it out in the afternoon for now. By the way, I did buy all the stuff to install my air conditioner when I need to, but for now it looks like I won't have to do that, hopefully, in the coming week or two because it's cooler here now. But anyway, my wife and I had a great day, did a lot of fun stuff, had some good food, and I come to find out at the end of the day that apparently there was drama when I wasn't here, and I wasn't aware of it because I wasn't here, but apparently, our moderator here, Timbo Slice, who just came back as a moderator about a month ago, and has helped us out tremendously in the last month, has decided to step down as being a moderator for now. And the reasoning he gave me directly, because I spoke directly with him, is that basically it's a personal stuff. It has nothing to do with my streams. It has nothing to do with anything that's happened on my streams at all. It's personal stuff going on that basically has affected him in a negative way, and he would rather step back from being a moderator rather than have it either get worse or have it affect anything. Okay? And I said, fine. It's absolutely fine. No one is obligated to do anything, here at all. He's the one who volunteered a month ago that he wanted to be a moderator again. So, whatever personally happened behind the scenes, that's his prerogative to decide what he wants to do. But apparently something happened and he's decided he doesn't want to be a moderator for now. But he's not saying, goodbye forever. There's always a possibility that he could come back if he wants to. Okay? And that's that. I don't care what anyone else has to say. Apparently detractors made fucking stupid drama videos about it and shit. I don't care. I talked with the guy and that's what he told me. That's directly what he told me. So I have no reason to believe anything else. I don't care about any more bullshit that people want to fucking say because it's all bullshit. All I care about is from the mouth of the person who has made the decision. That's what I was told, and that's what I believe because I actually believe people when they tell me things. I'm not going to sit here with like a conspiracy theorist and try to figure out 14 alternate versions of the story. All I know is what he told me. Okay? Now, excuse me. Obviously, I'm disappointed because Timbo, number one, he's a huge positive part of the streams. He comes by, he chills all the time, he has fun conversation. But also, he's helped out a ton in the last month with moderation. I know this. And now we're heading into new release territory where for the next couple of months, there's going to be constant new releases. We're going to see an increase in uptick in viewers. I know for the new releases. So it is disappointing. I'm not going to lie. All right? But it's life. This is how life works. This is not a paid occupation. The guy volunteered to help, and now he's stepping down from his volunteer position for a bit, and we'll see what happens. Okay? Fair enough? All right, and that's that. If I have any more information in the future about him coming back or whatever, I'll let you know, but that is all I know. Okay? All right. Now, before everyone decides to bombard me with requests to be a moderator, no, I'm not accepting any requests to be a moderator. So you're wasting your time if you ask. I'll let you know if and when I'm looking for more mods. Right now, the answer is no. Okay? And by the way, if you bombard me with stuff about it, I'm just going to time you out. I'm not going to put up with your nonsense. Okay? All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to my being terminated from the partnership program on Wednesday of this following week, or this previous week. It's now been about 4 days since that happened. No, I still have no answer whatsoever from Twitch on why it happened. None. They didn't send me anything of any explanation. All they sent me was a form letter saying that pursuant to the contract licensing agreement that I signed in 2016, it was being terminated because that was in their power. And that's all it said. Didn't reference any specific reason whatsoever. Doesn't matter what idiots on the internet say or try to spin. They don't know shit. There was no reason given, period. Okay? But of course, everyone on the internet is speculating about it. We even have people like Review Tech USA making videos about it and defending me and saying it's ridiculous that this would happen and Twitch needs to give a reason, because how can you blame someone for something when you don't tell them what you're even blaming them for, you know. And fair enough. You know, fair enough, he's right. It's a pretty ridiculous situation that this would happen to me, you know. But there's been rampant speculation. And, of course, everyone is sitting around rampantly speculating what is going on. Okay? Now, I could sit here and rampantly speculate forever. I'm not going to. I don't have the reason to. Because it doesn't look like it's going to be reversed. It doesn't look like it's some kind of an error. It looks like it was intentional. So, in my line of thinking, it doesn't really matter why something happened. What matters is how you react to it and how you recover from it and how you move forward positively, right? But of course, that doesn't stop people from talking about it, and that doesn't stop thoughts from popping into my head from time to time. So I say, what the hell? Why not just talk a little bit about it this morning, just to get it out of the way, because I'm not going to talk about it endlessly. So here's my line of thinking. All right, first of all, the only response I've gotten from Twitch after submitting that log to them on Wednesday saying, hey, what happened? Can I be an affiliate? Or why did I get banned in you know, anyway? Let me know what's going on. The only response I got was on Friday. I received a generic form letter response from Twitch saying, oh, well, we can't give you any information until you confirm your identity. So send us all this info to confirm it's you. So I did. I haven't gotten a response. That was 2 days ago. So it took them 2 days to even respond to my request. And now it's been 2 days, and they haven't even confirmed the information I sent to them to confirm it's my identity. So, I actually ran a poll last night on Twitter. And I said with my viewers, I said, hey guys, so flash poll. What do you think is going to happen with this whole situation? And the three options were as follows. What the hell did I just click? The three options were as follows. No, you'll never get a response. You'll never know what happened. Yes, you will get a response, but it will just be a generic form letter response. Or, yes, you will actually get an actual reason from Twitch on why you were terminated from the partnership program. All right? The voting went thus. 13% of the people who voted, right now it's around 900 people have voted. Okay? 13% say, yeah, you'll actually get a reason. 15% said, yeah, you'll get a form letter response. And a whopping, overwhelming 72% of people who responded to the poll basically said, no, you will never get a response at all from Twitch. Never. Now, why do people think that? I'll tell you why they think that. I'll tell you exactly why. Because of Dr. Disrespect. That's why. Because last year, Dr. Disrespect was one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, and he was shadow banned. He was not given a reason why he was banned. He was simply put just banned, given a generic form letter response told, you violated the terms of service, but was never told how. And that's it. Now, maybe there was other things that did happen behind the scenes we're not aware of, but that's all the information that was ever made public. So we have no clue what really happened there, but being that that's all we're being told, we believe it, right? So if that's really the case and that's what happened, if they'll do it to one of their biggest streamers who's making them a ridiculous amount of money, right? Of course they're going to do it to someone like me. But the question that's really confusing is, why am I still able to stream on Twitch, right? Why am I still able to stream on Twitch if I'm such an egregious, horrendous offender that they would kick me out of their partnership program? Why wouldn't it have been, you're kicked out of the partnership program and banned from Twitch? Why would it be, you're only out of the partnership program, but we allow you to keep streaming on Twitch? This seems to be the biggest enigma for everyone. It would be one thing if I was just kicked off of everything. Okay, well, they just don't like Phil, they're getting rid of him. But the fact that I was kicked out of the partner program, but I'm still here, is the most confusing part of everything here. Okay, hold on. I have to actually, believe it or not, I have to close my window a bit because it's so cold in here. It actually, I told you guys the temperatures were going to change, right? I said last week was a heat wave. We were in the 80s. Today it's like 40 something, 50 degrees outside. I'm not even kidding. It's crazy cold. I have to go close the window. Hold on. Let me go close the window partially at least. Holy crap. Freezing. Ridiculous. You know, I went from wearing pants to shorts. Now I might have to go back to wearing pants again because the temperature changed so much. Holy crap. All right, and by the way, shout out to Shirtless Mofo. Thank you for the tip. I will give you obviously a full shout out later, but I just want to say thank you so much for the tip so early on in the pre-stream. I appreciate that. Okay. Now, so here's the thing. Of course, everyone on the internet is speculating, and different people have different things to say. And being that I've thought about this for a couple of days, a few days, I have a few ideas of my own, and I like an idea that someone else came up with too. All right, now. Here's the thing. There's no evidence of anything I'm about to talk about. Okay? There's no evidence of anything that I'm about to talk about. I haven't been told anything. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, this is all speculation. And that's why I'm trying to get this out of the way so when we get to gameplay and stuff, we can not have to sit here and talk about it constantly. Alright? So I figure pre-stream is a good time to talk about this. Fair enough? Okay. Here's the thing. For the terms of service to have been violated of my partner agreement, but not actually get in trouble on Twitch, it has to be something that's directly part of the partnership agreement. The partnership agreement covers a lot of ground, okay? But in general, it basically covers monetization rights, time frames, all kinds of stuff like that. It also covers how you can talk about certain things, like how can you talk about bits, how can you talk about other kinds of contributions. Now, here's the thing, though, and this is what gets me. In the past, I've gotten in trouble on Twitch for talking about bits in a certain way. I have. But what happened is my channel got suspended. It wasn't that I was kicked out of the partner program. My channel got suspended for it. So if this were, Phil was talking about bits in a certain way we don't like, they would have suspended my channel again. They wouldn't have kicked me out of the program out of nowhere. So I don't think that's it at all. Okay? Now, some people are speculating, hey, Phil, we know what it is, because here's why. Because a fucking negative drama content creator made a video about it, and this is what they said, and therefore a bunch of sheep jump on it because they're idiots. Okay? But here's what this school of thought is. Well, Phil, when you stream on Twitch, you give Twitch a 24-hour window by which they're supposed to be the only company that can advertise on said content that you streamed on Twitch. Right? That's part of the partnership agreement. It says there's a 24-hour window exclusivity agreement that when you stream on Twitch, they're supposed to have 24 hours to advertise on your content. Then it opens up and you can put that content anywhere else you want and you can put ads or whatever on it. So technically, Phil, this is people talking to me, if you did what you do, which is you stream, you turn off your stream, and you immediately upload to YouTube, you are violating the agreement. Okay? So first of all, there is some truth to what they're saying, but however, people just don't understand legalese, I believe. I actually very specifically brought this up with my Twitch partner manager many years ago when I had one. And by the way, no, my Twitch partner manager was not some guy named Hassan. I don't know who the fuck people are talking about or what they're referencing. Whoever that person is, that was always a detractor thing, always a conspiracy theory that has zero facts to it. Zero. I've never spoken with a guy named Hassan from Twitch. I don't know who the fuck that is, nor do I care. My guy, I believe the guy who I had was French, because I talked to him once via Skype, and he had a very heavy French accent. So anyway, in regards to my partner manager, I brought this up with him specifically and said, since I have a partner manager now, allow me to clear issues up. And I brought this one specifically up. Okay? And he said to me, I can't tell you exactly what he said, but I can tell you in paraphrasing, no partner has ever in the history of the Twitch partnership program gotten in trouble for uploading their own content to their own YouTube channel after streaming on Twitch. Even though it may say something like that in the agreement, it's not enforced, nor was that the purpose of that clause in the agreement. The clause in the agreement is meant to be there so that you don't simultaneously stream the same content to multiple sites at once and try to make money on that content through various different sources at the same time. So Twitch, if you're in the partner program, doesn't want you streaming to Twitch and YouTube or somewhere else at the same time and then monetizing all of that content at once. Essentially, Twitch is saying when you're streaming with us, you're with us, and then when the stream is done, then you can do whatever you want with your own content. That's really what the legal agreement is saying, okay? So, it's true that if you read the policy, the wording is confusing, but right straight from Twitch's mouth, that's what I was told. I would say probably about 4 years ago, 3 years. It was 2018, 2019 when I talked directly with the guy. So probably it was at least 2 to 3 years ago. That was from Twitch's mouth. That was the case. Okay. So here's the thing. If I were, for example, streaming on Twitch, then I was having those videos being video on demand archives on Twitch, and I was monetizing those video on demand archives, and then I went over to YouTube and uploaded to my YouTube channel at the same time, yeah, that would be considered a violation. By the way, that's why I never did that. If you ever noticed, I never archived my stuff on Twitch just for that reason, to avoid any kind of violation of the partner contract, and I never got into trouble for it. I was directly told what I was doing was the correct way to go about it. And by the way, there are tons of Twitch streamers who do exactly what I do. I'm not the only person to do it. There's ridiculous amounts of Twitch streamers who do it and have never been penalized for this whatsoever. Okay? So all that being said, it's bullshit. Anyone who's saying this is the reason why it happened, you're wrong. There's zero evidence of that whatsoever. None. There's no evidence of any of that. You're making stuff up to try to stir drama up so that you act like you know better than everyone else and you can get artificial clicks on your fucking garbage drama YouTube videos. Okay? That's really what it is. And sadly, people are super gullible and stupid, and they think that they're smarter than everyone else when they're not. They're dumb as shit. Okay? Now, here's the thing. You want to know what really is in the partner contract? It's the same thing that's in everyone's partner contract, everywhere you go. The company that you have a partnership with has the right at any time, for any reason whatsoever, to sever that partnership. Just like you legally have the ability to sever that partnership. This was a huge thing back in the day when people were getting partnerships on YouTube via companies like Fullscreen. There were companies that were partnering people, and then people would say, I want to sever the contract, and they wouldn't do it. They would refuse. They were like, well, there was nothing in the contract that said you could do that. You're stuck with us forever. We're going to continuously pull ad revenue from you no matter what. This became a huge legal thing to the point where some of these companies got sued over it. So now every single partner contract, no matter where you go, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, or wherever, has this two-way street agreement where they can cancel it for any reason, and you can cancel it for any reason. Okay? They don't even need to tell, like, legally, I don't need to be told ever why they canceled my contract, ever. They could just say, we just did it, tough shit, which is pretty much exactly what happened, right? So that's the case here with anyone. Again, anyone. Anyone this could happen. So here's the thing. If Twitch actually comes to me and tells me, Phil, this is why you're being kicked out of the contract, right? That now puts the burden on them. Because they have a reasoning why it happened. Obviously, I have a dedicated fan base who's going to be upset. But then there's also going to be a public outcry because, let's face it, there are thousands of people on the internet that follow me around whether they like me or not. They stalk me. So everything that has to do with me in a drama capacity, these people follow and they broadcast all over the internet. So it very well may be that Twitch decided one day they don't want me in the partner program anymore, but they specifically strategized they would not tell me the reason why, because if they told me, that could now become widespread, story reasoning. I mean, let's face it, we got content creators who are making videos about me, right? That it's gonna basically accentuate that information. Okay, now when you really think about it, okay, if that is the case, and Twitch specifically decided he's out of the partner program, but he didn't violate any broadcasting policies, but we want him out of the partner program. Why would that happen, really? Because the truth is, there's no way it was the 24-hour violation. You're out of your mind. Guys, I've been in the Twitch partner program since 2013. I've been full-time live streaming here on Twitch since early 2017. There is no corporation on earth that would allow someone to violate an agreement for 8 years or 4 years, whichever one you want to use as your guideline, all right? And then out of the blue realize, oh, we completely missed this for 4 to 8 years. Let's ban this person. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen at all, okay? That's bullshit. That's complete nonsense. That's not the situation here. It's not, oh, all of a sudden out of the blue they realized you violated the 24-hour agreement. That's nonsense. Something else happened. Something else. What? I don't know. But something else specifically happened, okay? And that thing triggered Twitch in a way that they said, we don't want this guy as part of the partnership program anymore, and they cut the tie. They won't say what it is. Why? Well, I speculate it's because it's basically something that actually would be bad if it were made public knowledge. And I'm thinking of a few things, I speculate, and one of the things that I specifically think it may be is actually something that's already happened to me behind the scenes. Okay, now again, this is speculation. I have no idea. This could be completely false. All right? But Rich from Review Tech USA actually brought this up in his video as well. And I think that anyone who's kind of smart and knows the way that these corporations work, we may be hitting the nail on the head here. So many years ago, folks, I used to have partnership contracts on YouTube. I used to actually be partnered with a third-party company. That company would run advertisements on my videos. I would get a certain percentage of the ad revenue from those videos, okay? Why? Because outside of that, YouTube did not allow monetization of gameplay videos. They had it, so only partnership companies could do it because they had backing financially, and if there was ever an issue legally with these videos, they could basically hold that company accountable. YouTube knew that holding an individual content creator accountable was a waste of time because most of us have no money. We're just Joe Nobodies playing video games with a camera or whatever, or direct capture. We're not a giant corporation who could be found legally liable if someone got sued for a gameplay video, you see? But Machinima, Curse, etc., much bigger companies that if there was any issue, you could sue that company and hold them liable and maybe get damage money or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it was like that. Now, over the years, YouTube changed their policy. YouTube did made it, okay, everyone can monetize all the gameplay videos. We've had a long enough legal precedent here where it's been fine, where it's not going to be a big deal anymore. And therefore, all of those partnership companies kind of went by the wayside. I don't even know if any of them exist anymore. I couldn't imagine why, because as of about 3 years ago, YouTube flipped the switch. And when they did, every person now gets all the same ads. It used to be there was preferential treatment on YouTube where if you were with one of these partnership companies, you get better advertisements that paid more. So that made sense for you to be with that company. These days, it's all the same. Everyone gets the same ads. So why in the holy hell would you want to be with a partnership company today? Right? Doesn't make sense. So anyway, the point I'm getting to is that something like this already happened to me years ago. Years ago, I was with a partnership company called Curse. I was with them for roughly a year, okay? Curse ran ads on my videos. I got a percentage cut of the ads that were running on those videos, all right? Well, after about a year of being with Curse, I was contacted by Curse and told that they were letting me go. And I said, I don't understand. What did I do? And they said, absolutely nothing. I had an actual conference call with my contact at Curse about this. They said, you have done nothing wrong at all. Nothing. And I said, then why are you letting me go? It doesn't make any sense. They said, well, it does make sense, but it only makes sense from our perspective. Here's why. You are the victim of a very organized, very disturbing online harassment campaign. There are thousands of people who are messed up, who try to get you in trouble for things every single day that you're not doing. Every day we receive a ridiculous amount of complaints about you saying that you do bad things on YouTube. And because we are a legal entity, we are held responsible for your actions. So every time that we get a false report, we actually have to investigate it. Now, the thing is, we know the reports aren't real, but we at least have to have one person read the report and say it's fake and file it as, false. If we didn't have anyone do that, and let's say you did violate YouTube's, let's say one day I came on YouTube under the Curse banner and I did a racist video or something, right? Well, now they're responsible because they're putting ads on that video and they're saying we vouch for Phil, you see? So Because of that, they actually have to review every single complaint, and if there's a legit complaint, they have to take action, either penalize me or kick them out of the program, etc. You see what I'm saying? They can't be legally responsible without reviewing it, so they have to review every situation. So, after me being with Curse for a year, they received so many false complaints against me. By the way, not one of them was ever real, and I was actually outright told this by the person at Curse. They were like, you never did anything wrong. Every complaint we ever got about you was fake, to the point where it became a running joke in our company that, you know, everyone's always on Darkside Phil or whatever. You know, you've never done anything wrong at all. Your content is actually tame, but these idiots just constantly lie about you to try to get you in trouble. Well, sadly, because we have to investigate every claim, this became a manpower issue. Literally, you got so many complaints against you, we have to put a person on it full time, to the point where we can't just employ one person for Darkside Phil. That's ridiculous. So, in light of all of this, we have to let you go. And that's what happened. I was cut out of the Curse Partner Program because of troll activities. They couldn't take on the immense work of reviewing every complaint against me because it was too expensive for them. It wasn't even, it was a cost, reward, benefit analysis situation where they said there's just no benefit to having you in the program anymore. So they let me go. And what happened was, within, first of all, it was tremendously bad for me, because if you remember, when they let me go, it completely fucked up my YouTube channel. DSPGaming was completely destroyed for like a month and a half. And then finally, I got it all back and I got it all fixed and everything. But it was a nightmare. It was a major pain in the ass trying to get it working again and getting ads back on it again. Okay? But by the time I got ads back on it, YouTube flipped that switch. And that means that I got the same ads as everyone else. And therefore, it doesn't even matter that I lost my partnership with Curse. It all is exactly the same today as it was back then. It's exactly the same. See? So, it didn't even matter. I mean, there was a short-term... in the short term, it hurt me. Because sadly, you know, I lost ad revenue for about 2 months. But then, once the ads came back, everything was kind of back to normal. It didn't affect anything. Okay? So now, all that being said, the reason I'm telling you this long story about... That's all happened in 2017, by the way. The reason I'm telling you this long story is because after thinking about this entire situation, all right? And again, this is all speculation. I don't have any evidence because Twitch never responded, all right? The one thing I can tell you is I think it's a similar situation. I think, okay, I think this is a situation where I was being basically harassed. People were constantly sending in false reports to Twitch over and over and over on a daily basis saying, Phil did this, Phil did that, Phil did this, Phil did that. And the thing is, Twitch put up with it for a long time because I was actually making them money, you know? Subscriber revenue, people were buying bits to cheer on my channel. They were making money, all right? But it comes to a point, right, when you get to such a level that it becomes untenable. I think what happened here is people have been trying to kick me off of Twitch for so long and have not been able to make any headway whatsoever because I don't do anything here on Twitch that's wrong. I don't violate the terms of service. I don't do anything that would be considered, oh, Phil's going to get kicked off of Twitch, because I don't. People just lie about it constantly because they particularly have a bug up their ass about me because of the craziness around this cultish viral movement that Phil is bad, that has no factual basis whatsoever, that they never let up with Twitch, and Twitch basically got to a point where they're like, well, even though we're making money with Phil being a streamer in our partner program, right, even though that happens, all right, sadly, I hate to say it, we just have to cut them. We can't have a million fake complaints coming in every day. Every time the guy streams, someone makes something up about him that we have to research. I mean, just recently, if you look at all the nonsense recently, right? We had Anonymous who, oh, I'm going to reveal all this stuff from the chat servers behind the scenes that the moderators use. And so a million false reports go to Twitch about that, right? Then you've got a guy claiming that I doxed him when I didn't. False reports going to them about that. Now, how can they even make heads or tails of that? There's no evidence of anything. So all they're getting is a million false reports with no way to prove anything either way, right? I think it got to the point where there's just so many false reports that they just had enough. They just said enough is enough. This guy is more trouble than he's worth. Even though we're making money on Phil streaming here, there is such a fervor of drama and hatred towards him on the internet. We can't deal with it anymore. It's too much. We can't get this many false reports where we have to fuck with it constantly. We're just cutting the cord. Now, why wouldn't Twitch tell me that? I'll tell you why. Because when I got released from Curse in 2017 and I told you guys this story, Curse looked bad. Curse looked very bad. Because essentially you're saying you're not going to stick up for people under your partnership program. And by the way, within a couple of months of Curse releasing me, they released a ridiculous amount of other people because the company was downsized. And at this point, I don't even know if they do partnerships anymore on YouTube. So Curse basically, you know, that was a test case of, oh man, you know, this happened. Phil talked about it publicly. And that was bad, right? It didn't work out too well. So instead of doing that, have zero liability. And the thing is, last year, Twitch did this with Dr. Disrespect. They found whatever reason it is that they wanted to get rid of him. They got rid of him and they said nothing. Now, what's happened since then? Nothing. Dr. Disrespect went on to go stream on YouTube. He's very successful over there, and people are happy with him being over there. So, what really happened? Nothing. Twitch has learned that if they say nothing, okay? If they say nothing, they will not get in trouble, and everything just rolls on fine, business as usual. So why on earth would they change that? You see what I'm saying? Why would they say to anyone, oh, you're out of the partnership program because of this? What's the point? Immediately, the moment they say that, they make themselves, what's the word? Vulnerable, right? They make themselves vulnerable. So hide the vulnerability. Just don't say anything. Cut the tie. Say nothing, right? Now, I haven't been banned from Twitch yet. I can't imagine why I would be banned from Twitch days later after being cut out of the partnership program. If they were going to ban me, they would have banned me the day that they cut me out of the partnership program. So it's obvious they know I don't violate the terms of service here. I don't do anything wrong. I don't do anything risque, nothing, right? So they're going to allow me to continue to stream here, which is great. I want to continue to stream here. I don't want to have to go to another company, start over from scratch, you know. But I hate to say it, this sucks because I'm basically another victim of organized harassment, and this is the only conclusion I can come to, right? I don't blame Twitch for not saying why they cut me out of the partner program when it would just make them vulnerable. But at the same time, it certainly isn't fucking fair to me that now I'm the one who suffers, right? I'm the one who, this is my livelihood. And now I don't know if I can do it anymore because this happened. And it very well could be, once again, a bunch of malicious assholes. Here's the real problem. This just enables more people. It just enables more people to do more trolling shit. Every time that a company gives in to this, it just makes people say, oh, look at this. We got away with it with this content creator. Maybe we could do it with another content creator, right? If I just got kicked out of the Twitch partnership program, what's to stop trolls from now saying, oh, look what we did? And then they go and they do it to someone else and someone else and someone else. You see, this is not good. When you do this, you open the door to further bad behavior. So that's what I mean. Like, this is the worst outcome because you enable people to do bad things when you react to them. Everyone knows, the best way to deal with internet trolls is to ignore them. That's it. You just ignore them. Don't give them attention. Don't address things. Just fucking move on with your day and focus on positive shit and let these people who focus on the dumb, negative shit just focus on their own shit. By actually having a response to them, you enable them to do it further. So my feeling, sadly, is this is another curse situation, and, you know, I hate this. I don't want to empower trolls, but I'm not the one who made the decision. You know what I'm saying? I've done my best over the years to try to directly ignore the nonsense. I don't allow it on my streams. People bring it up, they get banned, they get timed out. We're not going to sit here. We're not going to focus on trollish bullshit. We're going to have fun with games. That's the point of my streams on Twitch. I don't allow that crap, right? But the fact that this happened And not saying, oh, it happened because of this or this, but because of the way it happened, this is going to create people having bad feelings about streaming on Twitch. This is going to say, well, they can terminate you for anything. Literally, someone could just talk shit about you, right? And you know what I mean? Like, this is bad. So, that's my feeling. And by the way, again, I could be completely wrong. And that's okay if I am. You know, this is just my thoughts in my head because, again, if there's no way that there's a 24-hour rule violation, I would have been kicked out of the partner program years ago. I would have been given a warning. Phil, you can't do that. Stop doing it. Okay, I'll stop doing it. And then I would have been fine. Not, you're out of the program immediately. That's so dumb. Anyone who says that, anyone who says, oh, well, Phil, it's because of this, because of that. No, doesn't make sense because when you violate a rule on Twitch, you get a warning. You get a suspension. You get levels of escalation. You don't just get, you're out of the program 100%. That never happens. There's only extreme cases like Dr. Disrespects. So the fact that I'm an extreme case means there was an extreme circumstance, not some commonplace thing like a 24-hour rule violation or something like that. That's all bullshit. So there you go. It's that simple, guys. There's something else going on, and we just don't know the situation because Twitch will never say it. But I feel that sadly, this just empowers people to do worse things. It does. It empowers. Well, you know, if I'm the first case of this, what's to stop people from going on and doing it to other people? That's not good. That's bad. You see? It should never have happened this way. At the very least, even if Twitch wanted to get rid of me out of the partner program, give me the escalation steps so at least it shows that they're following their procedure. That makes sense. Now, we're skipping all those steps and immediately going to the end game, and now that's just sets a bad precedent. You know? So anyway, that's the deal, guys. I have no information. I'm still awaiting a response, a formal response from Twitch. It's been 4 days since I asked. Okay. 4 days since I fucking asked. And it's been 2 days since they even responded. And when they responded, they literally just said, we need to prove you're the person you're saying you are. Okay? That's it. So I have no info. All I can do is speculate, you know? But the thing is, I'm not someone who's going to sit around and speculate endlessly. We talked about it today on pre-stream. We got it out of the way. Okay? Good. It's out of the way. Now we don't have to talk about it anymore. All right? Until I get any information from Twitch, there's absolutely no reason to speculate. All right? So I'm just going to forewarn all of you. Sitting here on my streams and constantly talking about it, sitting on the stream and speculating with bullshit, it's a waste of everyone's time. Okay? It is. It's a waste of everyone's time. Don't bother with it. And if you keep doing it and you violate the rules and you annoy people, you're going to get timed out and you're going to get moderated appropriately. All right? I don't want to hear so-and-so fucking dumb fuck drama content creator on YouTube said this, so it must be true. Fuck you. You're an idiot. No one has any evidence. I would be the one person to have it, and I don't have it. So shut the fuck up about it and stop wasting everyone's time because I don't want to hear it. I talked about it. I got it out of the way now on today's pre-stream. It's done is done. Move on positively, as I said. That being said, how do we move on positively? We play a lot of freaking games this week. We have fun with streams, and hopefully you guys will support said streams via tipping and pledging on Patreon, and then we can move forward and I can keep doing what I love. All right? So let's talk about the schedule. Today it's Nier Replicant. Right now. I'm excited for Nier Replicant. I want to see where it goes. This is the story that came before Nier Automata. We're 3 hours in. We're seeing many ties to Nier Automata already, and I can't wait for more today. Another 3 hours of fun. Tonight, it's MLB The Show, late night stream, chill fun. Trying to learn how to play this damn game, which I'm sucking at right now. I hope I get better. I hope my stats get up so I can actually do better in the game. But it's going to be a fun show, relaxing, interactive stream later tonight. Tomorrow, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is the main stream. We're going deep into Season 3. Hopefully I get to play a lot more of the new maps because I barely played any of the new map stuff when I played this the other night. We're not doing crossbow and sniper rifle anymore. We're going to mix it up and do different weapon sets. And likely I'm going to set myself for a new goal. One thing that was suggested was trying to unlock the throwing knife or whatever. So maybe we'll work towards that, but it should be a fun stream tomorrow. Tomorrow night, it's the continuation of Danganronpa V3. But I don't know if I should do it. I'm going to think about it today and over the course of tomorrow's Call of Duty stream because I'm nervous because supposedly the Danganronpa Japanese Twitter account came out and said oh, we have new criteria. You can't stream this game past chapter 1. Now, I don't understand where they come from doing that. I don't even understand how they think they have the legal right to do that. Nor have I heard anyone has had any negative consequences. Like, it wasn't like someone was in the middle of a playthrough and immediately got shut down. So I don't really know if this is legit or not. I'm confused. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I think everyone is confused. I don't want to stop the playthrough. I like the game. I want to continue on with the game. We're in the midst of a really good part of the game right now. But I don't know what to do about it at all. I'm just like, should I keep playing or not? I don't know. Okay? So, I guess I'll have to think about it. Right? I'll have to think about it. And I'll have to get back to you guys tomorrow and decide what we're going to do. Okay? Zebra says they're going to release the Danganronpa trilogy on mobile devices. That's why. Is that what it is? They're porting it to, like, phones? Because if that's the case, then I can't do it. Then the playthrough just has to go on hiatus for now. Which sucks. I'm, 3 chapters into it. Over 20 hours into the playthrough. It would really blow if I have to put it on hiatus. But if we don't get a resolution, if we don't get a clear answer, then I guess I'm just going to have to suspend the playthrough. Which sucks. This is supposed to be a viewer's choice playthrough, and I have to suspend it. I'm forced to legally. Nothing I can do about that. So let's see what happens today. If anyone has any answers, if anyone has any more information, please send it my way. So we'll make the determination, and we'll figure out what I'm doing tomorrow night. Okay? Tuesday, it's going to be more Nier Replicant with Divinity 2. Wednesday, it's going to be more Nier Replicant, likely with MLB. And then Thursday, it's probably going to be more Nier Replicant with Call of Duty. Friday, we've got new release stuff. I'm going to be playing Returnal on the first gameplay stream. And Friday night, it's going to be my weekly throwback Street Fighter session. Now, I'm not here on Saturday. When I come back on Sunday, then I'm going to play Pokemon Snap as the main stream. I don't want to just cram in Pokemon Snap for like an hour and a half, 2 hours Friday night. I want to give it a main stream as a debut game. So I'm not going to play it exactly on Friday. I'll play it as a full stream on Sunday. Okay? Good enough? Okay, that's the schedule for this week. I hope that sounds good, everybody. Outside of that, also in the month of May, I will very likely try to determine and set up stuff regarding Patreon. Like you said, one of the major things you guys came up with was special stream once a week where the patrons can vote on a game that I play for that one stream. So it's like Patron's Choice stream once a week for a couple hours. That's a good idea. I need more ideas. So if in May we're really going to head heavily into Patreon to replace subs here on the stream, then I need ideas, you guys. So please let me know your ideas on how we can implement Patreon in the future. Fair enough? In regards to the upcoming Retro Replay special event, yes, it is happening still, regardless of the fact that subscriptions don't exist anymore. We did hit the sub goal for April, so I will set that up soon. Likely, maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. One of these mornings, I need time to do it. I need to sit down and go to the forums and post up, and you guys will start nominating older playthroughs from 2015 or older that I will replay a game fully with the modern setup here. Direct capture, live streaming, etc. Okay? So more information on that coming up. Fair enough? All right, let's get to shout-outs. Here we go. Crap. Thing was frozen. Okay. First contribution this morning was from, well, I have to ignore all these resubs. Guys, I'm gonna say something. I know a lot of you think it's funny to click on the resub button. There's no subs right now. When you're doing all these resubs, all you're doing is you're distracting me from the stream because I think that there's a legit thing I need to shout out, and it's not. I would ask, if you have a residual resub message, please just fucking get rid of it. It's distracting to me. At this point, I have 4 resub messages from this morning, none of which are legit. So, of course, I'm not going to shout them out. There's no subs. All right? So, please, lay off that. Because now I'm getting, like, a bunch of them a day. Like, Jesus, how many of these were left over? It also makes me think, like, how many people sub and never say anything, and then much later they clicked on it, right? It's true, because when you think about it, 900 people are subbed, or were subbed, but I wasn't getting 900 pop-ups a month for subbing, so obviously there's people who were doing it behind the scenes and never clicking it, right? All right, so anyway, shout out to Shirtless Mofo, who took me $50 this morning, and he says, Patreon is very easy to use. Everyone can easily convert over to there with the same Twitch sub amount if they like. I watched the Nier video on demand. They've done some great gameplay changes, and even the music is slightly upgraded. It's an amazing game so far. Well, first off, yes, the thing with Patreon is, again, unlike with Twitch, you can pledge whatever you want. So you have flexibility in how much you want to support, and you can change it on the fly whenever you want. In addition to that, crap, what did I just do? Look at this. What the fuck? I wanted to drag it over, not resize it. There we go. In addition to that, oh my god, excuse me. Being very honest with all of you, and I can say this now because I'm not in the Twitch partnership program anymore, it's actually benefits a content creator more when you pledge to their Patreon than when you sub to their channel here on Twitch. When you sub to a channel here on Twitch, Twitch would take a 50% cut. Patreon does not take anywhere near 50%. So when you pledge, it's actually, I get a way bigger amount of support from your contribution when you pledge to my Patreon than when you're doing stuff here on Twitch, you see? So, you know, hey, there you go. I'm not even kidding you. You pledging $4 right now on my Patreon, I get more of that than if you had done a $5 sub here on Twitch. So, put that into perspective, okay? What's hilarious is that people are saying burning bridges will restore your partnership. Hey, guess what, guys? The partnership's not getting restored. The partnership is done. It's been 4 days. If you think that magically, oh, we made a mistake, we flipped the wrong switch, oh, your partnership's back on. It's not happening, genius. It's time to stop living in a pipe dream in a world of rainbows and unicorns. It's obvious their decision is final. So, you know, I got to move on. I got a business to run. I have to make money to freaking support my family. It's time to stop thinking about, getting the subs back. They're not coming back. You move on. You don't live in the past, man. All right? Fair enough? Okay. Let's continue. So thank you, Shirtless Mofo. I appreciate a $50 tip. That's great. That means we'll start with Gunner Glasses today. And yes, I agree. Like the game, see, the thing is, I never played the original Nier. I'm not going to know the direct improvements or direct changes from the original game. I'm liking the game so far. I'm really enjoying it. And the music is great. Combat is similar to Nier Automata. I would say the difference here is, instead of the timed dodges that go into like witch time from Bayonetta, instead it's about timed parries that knock the enemies down, and then you can get extra damage and they're basically vulnerable, you see? So I like that. I just got to get used to it. Okay? Okay. Good stuff. And thank you for a very generous tip. Snow Carl tipped me $1.30. And let's see here. He says, can we not restart the vest streak? I don't want to. I never said I was going to restart the vest streak. Why would we restart the vest streak? Like, people have told me directly, okay, that the vest streak became too distracting. The vest streak was annoying, and they didn't want it. Now, what was it, about a month and a half ago? It just so happened by complete chance for like 4 or 5 days in a row, we were hitting every tips goal. So I said, oh, technically the vest streak actually is happening. Let's do it. And then immediately the vest streak ended. No one tipped that day because I guess people were so annoyed by it, they just didn't want it to continue anymore. So I said, okay, then fine. We don't have to do it. We won't do that anymore. So why are you bringing this up again? It seems like we go in a circle here. It's like people don't want the vest streak, right? I bring it back. People don't want it. Then I don't have it. Then people want it. So I don't get it. I don't know what you're getting at. Okay. Jimmy Hall to me $1.30 saying, seems to me you don't want to believe you did anything wrong. You rather blame detractors and claim Twitch won't tell you because they look bad. Listen, if I did something wrong, I want to know what it is. Absolutely, if I did something wrong and it resulted in me losing my partnership, I want to know what it is. Absolutely. Because how is it that I did this for 8 years and apparently never did anything wrong, and now all of a sudden I've done something wrong? Because that's the point. If you say, oh, you've been doing something wrong all along, now all of a sudden they've decided to enforce it. No, that's bullshit. That's not how fucking it works. It's not how it works at all. If they did that, then they're in the wrong, not me. I was told by a guy on Twitch, a Twitch employee years ago, everything I was doing was right. So then how can you penalize for me years later when I was told I was doing everything right? You see? If I did something directly wrong, and that was the reason I was terminated, tell me what it is. Or else, sorry, I'm going to believe that I didn't do anything wrong because you didn't tell me what I did wrong. It's that simple. Ladies Man 2166 tipped me $1.30, says, do you think Dr. Nefarious will be in Ratchet & Clank A Rift Apart? Yes. I don't know if he'll be a major character, but I do feel he'll be in it in some capacity. There you go. All right, guys. Let's end the pre-stream. I gotta use the bathroom, by the way. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's take a few minutes away to relax. Everyone, take this opportunity to use the restroom, grab a drink, grab a snack, do whatever it is you need to do during the break. All right. When I come back, it is the continuation of Near Replicant. Leaving off, or picking up right where we left off. I think we have to leave by the southern gate, and then we have to go down there and do some stuff. I forget. I think we're out looking for our sister, Yolanda, right? Her name's Yolanda. We're trying to find her. She's missing, and they think that she went off looking for lunar tears. So we got to go find Yolanda. Actually, no, we already saved Yolanda. So what are we doing? Now I don't even remember. I forgot what we were even doing in the plot. I forgot. We already saved Yolanda. All right, anyway, guys, let's take a break. I'll be back soon, and we'll continue on. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for the support. We're already a quarter of a way to the tips goal, which is great before even starting the gameplay. I hope we can hit it. Here's the thing. This week is a test to see, can I support being here on Twitch only regarding tips and patron pledges, okay? This is the week. This is the real determining week to see moving forward, can I raise enough via tips and patron pledges to keep this business going? If I can, great. But if not, if by the end of this week, things are not going out so well, then maybe I got to consider leaving, which I don't want to do, but I got to do what's best for my family. So if by the end of this week things are great, I'll let you know. If by the end of this week things aren't so great, I'll let you know what we got to do. All right. But hopefully things are good. And already you guys have shown so much support. I'm feeling positive about it. I just hope we can keep it up. Fair enough? All right. I will be back in a few. Thank you guys. I'll see you in a few minutes for Near Replicant. Be right back.